Welcome back to Push to Talk, the official VaiN Esports podcast where we talk about games, culture, and whatever chaos comes to mind. Okay, since it's spooky season, we are going to be telling some scary stories. We talked about that last week, of course. Today, I have Cat, Squirrel, and Syranx here with me, but of course, and we are going to be just getting it cracking today. All of everyone's stuff is going to be in the description box down below, so make sure you follow them, show them some love, and all that good spooky stuff. Okay, we're gonna be talking about real scary stories that have personally happened to us. We're gonna be checking out some Reddit scary stories as well, so grab some snacks, turn the lights off, and let's get it cracking. Unless you're Syrinx, keep the lights on. I don't know what he does in the dark, buddy. I don't know what Syrinx is doing in the dark.
Come on, man.
And then, of course,
Hasn't
if you
been a
guys have
minute.
your own scary story, hit us up on Discord, tag us at VaiNEsports.org, and we might check your story out as well. So let's start off with getting personal here, okay? What scary stuff has happened to you guys in your own lives, yo? Let's go around the world in 80 days, starting with Kat.
Okay, for starters, I am a very spiritual person and I believe in the paranormal because with what I'm telling you, I could not believe. I grew up in a house that was pretty old, like when I was a young teenager, like around 12 to 14, I think, or 15 maybe even. And to this day, I swear this house was haunted as hell. Living in that house was the only time in my life I had sleep paralysis all the time. Like, would just wake up, could not move, would see shit. As soon as we moved out, it never happened again. To this day. And the scariest moment I've had in that house was I usually don't sleep much anyways. Like, I've never have in my life. I still don't. I fell asleep. I slept maybe an hour or two and I woke up, could not move. The room was dark. My TV turned off because I had it on a timer to turn off over like an hour with nothing happening. And in the corner of my room, it was a very small room. In the corner of my room, on the top corner, I saw glowing 2 red eyes. And I swear to God, not being able to move was terrifying in that moment. I was like 13, 14 maybe. And I was lying there, not able to move, seeing those 2 red eyes and hearing whispers around me.
Nah, hell
And
no.
that went on for over half an hour that I could not move, saw those eyes. I even saw those eyes blink. And it was terrifying knowing that that thing is just there watching me sleep. And ever since that night, I've had these 2 eyes wander around the room on the roof of the room all the time. Like, not every day and not every night, but like all the time. And it's just terrifying to me thinking back to that because I've never had this, like, I've had other paranormal like things happen to me, but never this. And it was just this feeling of evil and dread, and paired with these red eyes that also blinked like normal human eyes do, was just.
No, that's terrifying.
It
No,
was
that's
crazy.
absolutely terrifying right there. I know
Yeah.
sleep paralysis is like I had sleep paralysis like 2 or 3 times in my life. It usually happened when I was a kid, and I remember those times being terrifying.
Yes.
Like, also not being able to not move and then looking and seeing something staring at you, that's a whole new level right there.
Yeah.
I want absolutely nothing to do with that. Nah.
Yeah, that was terrifying. Besides all that, I don't know if you guys know the story of the Hat Man, I think he's called. The ghost that is there, like, that shows up for kids with trauma or that live in traumatic situations. He's said to be kind of protective. Like, there's 2 different types of Hatmans. There is the one that is said to be Satan. Just to like put it straight out there, it's the one that there's one that is said to be Satan, and there's one that is there that protects children with trauma from more harm to get to them. Basically, to be
Okay.
like the protective from demons for children with trauma. And I've seen that one in that house. Never again, just that house. all the time in my doorway, because he usually is said to just stand in the doorway or in front of the doorway inside the room. And I've seen that one in that room as well multiple times inside the doorway, which kind of put away sometimes, like when he was there, it put away the feeling of the dread from the thing that had the red eyes, whatever it was. But that house is, I've never went back to as soon as we moved out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go back there either. That's absolutely terrifying, yo.
Yeah, it is.
And you said you were 13 when that
Yeah,
first started
13, 14,
happening?
something around that.
Yeah, and that's definitely that age too where your mind is starting to expand on certain things more. So that's definitely
Yeah,
terrifying.
after we moved out, like the whole thing with believing in the paranormal is that you have a third eye. Every person has a third eye, and people who are more open to it and believe more in the like spiritual and paranormal usually have the ability to be able to sense or see or hear or just know that there's something there. From that moment on, after we moved out, I just shut it off. I just completely said, I don't want to do this ever again. I shut off the third eye. I still have like moments where I feel presence or where I hear whispers sometimes, but it's just small moments and it's not that big anymore. And I do kind of want to go back into exploring into the paranormal. I'm just too terrified to open the third eye for the reason that I don't want that thing to maybe come back, because I don't know if it was me or the house, it's always
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's I can't think of what there's something that there's like a movie that I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of what movie it is, but I know exactly what you're talking about, because the more you dabble, the more it dabble.
The
It's
more
basically a
it
door,
senses
right?
you. Yeah, it's
And
when you
a door
start
opens both
exploring.
ways.
Exactly. When you start exploring, things come to you because they know, hey, that person that does something with that, I am here. And they just don't come, like they can follow you around. From what I've experienced and what I've seen other people experience, because I watch a lot of ghost hunting, it is that spirits know what will happen, what has not happened yet. There's so many situations where the ghost hunters that I'm watching go to places and they said, oh yeah, they have been talking about you all week.
That's crazy.
They knew you were coming. And I'm like, ha, I don't want to do this. I've had situations as well where I heard voices from people that were close to me or close to the people that I love and died. Like the people, like I've had moments, for example, one of Nico's and my best friends died years ago in a car crash. Nico was in that same car crash as well. And a few days after he died, I was lying in bed and I heard his voice in my ear, just whispering, I'll be fine, don't worry. And I was terrified. I cried for hours again and again and again after that. And I had the same thing with Nico's grandpa. We were at his grave. I've never been at his grave. And I just heard a whisper saying, take care of him for me. In that voice, in his voice. Like, I know the person
Yeah.
in that voice. So it's like, I know I somewhat have an ability, but I don't want to explore that ability because that already scares me shitless.
You don't want to make it too real.
Yeah, like I know
I feel
I know I could put good out in there, but I know that there's also a lot of evil, and like because good cannot exist without the evil.
yeah.
So I'm like,
That's
I don't
there's
dabble.
it's I just stay away. I'm just gonna stay away from it all.
Yeah, I'm currently just trying to figure out how to protect myself from all the evil, and then maybe I'll dabble a bit more. But it's a long way until then.
It's a long dirt road that needs to be traveled. I hear you. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever, dealt with sleep paralysis or anything along the lines of that, Squirrel or Syrinx?
No, no, no sleep paralysis. I've had plenty of experiences with other stuff, but never that. Thankful. That sounds very scary, so I'm glad I never got to experience that.
Yeah.
I
What
had it.
about you, Syrinx?
For me, it was basically the same with you. I had it like 2 or 3 times in my whole life. And it always was when I was a kid. So that is, I did not experience as much paranormal things. Or maybe I did, but I'm the type of person that always tries to explain things logically. So I always have an explanation for something, for if everybody is asleep and I hear people stepping outside or whatever, it's always like somebody had to go to the toilet. Maybe it's a rat. Maybe it's an intruder and I'm, need to get my shotgun or whatever, something like this.
Okay, bro.
There's always a logical explanation behind it for you.
Okay.
I feel that.
I do had one thing that I cannot explain to this day. And it was basically what Kat talked about earlier. It was a dude, like a black figure, a huge one. The fucking figure was like 2 meters tall. And I saw this figure when I was a kid standing in the doorway in the middle of the night, basically. That's all. And I stared at this figure for like solid 5 minutes and then it just vanished into thin air. That's the only thing that I've ever experienced with like all of this.
Is that your personal scary story, or do you have something different?
I mean, I do not really have scary stories. I could talk about my past relationships. Those are some fucking scary stories, but other than that, I do not really have those scary stories. Like in a sense of paranormal scary stories, basically.
I mean, like scary, spooky, anything that's happened to you, I mean, just for what we're talking about.
Creepy,
did you come with a
stalkers,
personal scary
creepy.
story?
I mean,
Anything?
Dude, I got there was one time. It is not like, particularly spooky, but I love to go into the woods, like when it's completely dark outside.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah, he's weird. Don't ask.
Dude, it's
he's weird.
awesome. But I swear to God,
I love to put myself in horror movie skin. Like, what the fuck?
Listen. There's 2 types of movies that starts like this. One is a horror movie, and the second one is a porn. Yeah,
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes,
I knew you
exactly.
were going to say that.
So it is a valid 50-50 chance that I have to take.
Bro said you never know, yo.
No, but I got one time, I heard like, as I was doing my walk, I heard like loud as fucking growling and wrestling behind me. And I heard that it was for sure an animal. It was nothing paranormal, but it was an animal. And this fucking thing chased me for almost 35 minutes through the dark woods, bro. That was scary. I thought I'm going to die. And the thing is, a week before, we had in the news, it said there's a lot of wolves in my country now. Like specifically in the area that I was living in, there was sightings of wolves. And I was like, while I was running, I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. There's going to be 12 huge ass dogs that are going to eat me.
They just dropped a patch note to let you know that there were wolves in your server, and the first thing that you did was like, yo, let's go exploring. Like that. Come on, son.
Like in a horror
and then you
movie,
immediately
you would be
got
the first
chased.
To die. Seriously.
You would be the first to die.
He would be. He would be the first. He would be caught. He would probably be caught naked in the lake and then die first.
Yeah, like the kind of person
Why
who says,
would I
is
be
someone
naked?
there when you hear
Why wouldn't you be at this point? Yo, you see how you put that at the end of the story, like, oh yeah, just so happened that, they had just talked about how wolves are just in this specific area. Like, the area that you went to, they told you that there were wolves there?
Yeah, and you still go, I don't know.
I did not think that it could happen to me, but when I was running for my life,
that's exactly what they say in horror movies. You are proving the point. You are proving the point.
Yeah, like, I'm not in danger right before you get killed, right? In horror movie, that's what they say.
Okay.
What's that noise? Someone's just going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then they get murdered.
There's always, I did not think that wolves are going to be at this exact hour in the woods. So I went and did, and because it calms me down, it relaxes me being completely alone in the woods, completely in darkness. Nobody knows where the fuck I am. In hindsight, maybe that's not the best idea, because if something happens to me, nobody knows what the fuck is happening.
Send somebody a message. Hey, bro, I'm about to go dance with wolves. All right, I'll be back in about an hour and a half.
Maybe that's not the best idea, he said.
But I have to ask, did you go back after this to in the woods? Or did you
Yeah,
say
I
no,
did
it's
it
not?
multiple times.
Yeah, he probably
After
went
that?
the next day.
Okay.
I'm not.
Bro's
I would
tired
not
of
be
life.
surprised.
I swear, he's tired of life.
No, but the next couple of times I had a huge ass knife with me, so in case.
Oh, okay, so you.
Wait, did
so
you
now,
have a
so
flashlight
first,
too? At least.
so you went from enjoying the woods to wolf hunting. I like. Oh my
No,
goodness,
not
escalated. This is escalated so quickly.
Wait, illegal wolf hunting, by the way.
No, I
Yeah.
did hunt wolves, but in case they want to hunt me,
Oh, okay.
all I would have said is bring it on, motherfuckers, because
Yeah, then you would have
Those are
died the same you
and
did in the back
I would have been
rooms.
said, and then those would have been those fucking last words, my guy. We wouldn't even have had to guess. We would have known. Yeah, the last thing Syranx said was definitely "Bring it on, motherfucker." And then he got attacked by a pack of wolves.
We just put on his gravestone. His last words were, "Bring it on, motherfucker."
Nah. The last on the tombstone is "The motherfuckers brought it on."
maybe we will never know.
Crazy.
Everything worked
Oh,
out so far.
man.
I'm still here. I'm still amazing. I have no
Clearly.
scratch.
All right, let's move on. Squirrel, what about you? Do you have, before Syranx gets too delusional, go ahead and let us know.
Come on.
I have so many stories. I swear my building where I live, it's haunted. I've lived here my whole life almost, and it's weird because sometimes I will hear voices and I don't pay attention to it. I think it's just a wind or something, and then like something will fall off the counter for no reason. It's nowhere near the edge and it's just gonna fly off and roll, and just very weird. And the I think the worst thing that ever happened is I was going downstairs because I don't have air conditioning. I went to a room downstairs where it's like a reception hall. There's like a place where you can cook. And I went there and I was just, it was the middle of the summer. It was really hot. So I went down there just to chill and, be in air conditioning. And it's weird because I was walking in the room and I see a shadow behind me. And I'm like, it can't be my shadow because he was 20 feet tall. And I'm like, I'm short. And I keep looking, there's nothing behind me. And I see it following me. And I was like, I don't pay attention to it. Maybe it's just a trick of the light. And then this door where all the games are starts opening and closing. I'm like, that is really weird. And I go around and there's this one door where the food is, and it's open. I close it. I come around and it's open again. I said, maybe I didn't close it properly. And went to close it again. And then it just flies off at me. It flies off the handle, flies off at me. And I swear I fell down. I thought, oh my God, something's bad's gonna happen to me. And then I look back and the door by itself goes back on the hinge. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I left. I was like, no, not tonight. And it was,
Why did you leave?
crazy. And like, I went back a few times to see like what is going on here. And it's just weird because every time I go, it always feels like something is here and following me. And I try to avoid that area because you can always see the door opening, closing for absolutely no reason. I'm like, I don't want to get attacked again. And it's just really weird. I did not. I did not expect.
Like at any point ever, have you
I'm sorry?
inspected the door? Just seeing like if the hinges and all are like fine or rusty or whatever.
No, I tried. It was all repaired a few years ago.
That's
like
crazy.
they've done work, so it's in good shape. It's been renovated, and there's absolutely zero reason for it to fly off a handle like that.
That's insane.
And the crazy thing is, I did not even touch it. Like, why did it go back on the hinge by itself?
That's
It's
insane.
like,
Fuck that.
like
just
That's
wanted
a
to
big
mess
pile
with
of
you.
hell
The
to the
ghost or
gnaw,
whatever it
Yeah.
was like, ha!
It's the kind of thing that like you would not believe if you were not there because it's just
Yeah.
too crazy
Yeah.
to
No,
believe.
that's the type of shit that happens in movies. Like you
Yeah.
see the shit fly off of the hinge, and then you try to go tell someone that it just flew off the hinge, and
Yeah.
you come back and it's back on the hinge.
Yeah,
Fine.
exactly.
And you're like, whoa, wait.
And I was trying
Wait,
to tell a
wait.
friend about it on the phone, and the phone kept cutting as I was trying to tell her, like 2-3 times. I was like, no, something is not right
That makes
about
sense,
that.
though.
Yeah.
You got those
Spirits
petty
and
ghosts.
energies draw power from electricity a lot. So that makes sense.
Are they just being petty,
Yeah.
yo? They're just like, haha, you ain't gonna be able to tell nobody about
Yeah.
Signal, you know, that can.
Thanks, no. Don't flying off the hinges and going back on magically by itself is
this.
not.
Let's just focus on the point
logic.
where when Squirrel was like, oh yeah, so I left, I got him out of there. The first thing Syranx said was, why did you leave? What do you mean, why did you leave? Like, that is a valid reason for getting the fuck on. Like, I'm not
No,
leaving,
why?
I'm skedaddling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to do the Scooby-Doo run in the air with the feet just
like-
like I'm gone, bro. Like, I'm gone. What do you mean? I'm out of there. Hell
like,
no.
I was attacked once. Like I was followed first and then like warned and then like attacked. So like why? You know, it's escalating. Like
Yeah.
why? Like what's the next thing? Like I know there are knives in the drawer. Like what is it gonna be like the next thing that flies off at me? You know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that? See, all right, everybody that's watching this, just so you know, that is the difference of having survival instincts and not having survival instincts at all, okay?
There had to be an explanation to this. Like, there's no way that
No.
a door just comes off the hinges and then goes back. Or there had to be, you know, the explanation I have for you, so everybody can go to sleep peacefully today, is there was a dude in a clown costume somewhere hiding with a, like, you know, what?
The clown, the guy in the clown costume, I would have gone and shaken his hand, but like this was just something else. Like a clown, I don't care. I'm not scared, but like this was
I am.
weird because like if I can see it, it's not as scary. But like this was just like weird, and like there was no logical explanation for it.
That's terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
That,
I
yeah.
want absolutely nothing to do with any of that. You know what I mean?
Remind me
I'm
to never come to
running
your building.
fast.
No. And it's weird
And that's
because it's not the first time that someone comes to my building and they say like there are some weird vibes here. There's
I believe that.
something.
I believe I would not enter that building. I would just stand in front of it and just be like,
But,
sorry,
like,
we're going
when
somewhere
you're
else.
from the outside, it looks very nice. It's a very nice building, but like I feel
Yeah.
like there's some.
Is it like an older building? Has it been around for a really long time?
Well, not like that. It's not. It hasn't been around for like hundreds of years. Like just 40
Yeah.
years.
No,
40, 50
I mean,
years. So
yeah,
it's-
but it
a lot-
doesn't
a lot of those
necessarily
types
need
of-
to be an old building to have.
yeah, a lot of
Weird
those types of
spirit in
like
it.
communal spaces, I guess is a good thing to say. Like communal spaces is, I think it's like I don't know, it's like a hot spot for shit to happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's so many different people with all their different like thoughts and then vibes and just different things are always going on in different places. It's just, yeah, bro, like it's
Yeah.
just it's undoubtedly that something's gonna happen creepy as hell eventually.
I mean, you
Yeah.
never know what people did in the last whatever years that building
Yeah.
is there. Like
Yeah.
there is a lot of people that like want to summon things. And you
Yeah.
never
Facts.
know. You never know if anyone actually tried and maybe even managed.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, just playing with a Ouija board can make some shit go
Yeah.
crazy around
Yeah.
you.
No,
You know
that is
what
one
I
of
mean?
the that is
Like,
one of the reasons why a lot of people who are actually doing stuff with ghost hunting and shit would never touch one of those. Because it is
what?
opening a door 100%.
Like you was about to say something, Syranx. What happened?
I mean, I just wanna go. Like, there is an abandoned asylum near me. I just wanna go there, bro. But every time I ask someone, yo, do you wanna check out the asylum? Everybody's like, no, I do not.
Like I would go with you as backup.
Because they have
I would hold, like, the-
survival instincts. Like,
Like glide for you, flashlight. I wouldn't mind going.
not.
Like
I mean,
just
I'll be the
knowing that you
producer.
have to watch.
I'll
it.
be the producer from the house. You know what I mean? You guys
Yeah,
can live
I'll
stream
be-
it, and I'll control all the
I'll be
cameras
doing
from
tarot
right here.
readings.
Like you
if
would
something
do the
will
IT
happen to you
Sensei
guys.
and-
Yo,
I mean, what's the
think
worst?
not.
What is the worst that can happen? I might see
A
one or two
possession.
homeless people in there.
That possession is the
Or
worst
you
that can
get
happen to you.
attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, worst thing that happens is we never ever hear from you ever again. That's the worst thing that
Syranx
happens. If you
gets
want to be
kidnapped.
honest, that is the worst case scenario, my guy. Is you go in
Listen,
and you never leave.
thing is, Cat just said I could be getting possessed. Who is going to come inside of me? You know what I mean? That sounds wrong. Whoa. Relax. Relax. That sound.
So you were scared of ghosts. That's what you're saying.
Hey, what the hell are we
Today,
talking
by the
about?
way, this is the second time he's talked about something sexual, guys.
No.
I would also like to know who the hell is coming inside you, Syranx. What the fuck is happening?
Yo, he's just told on himself. Like, he's so scared even demons are scared of him.
Yes. The demons be like,
That
not
was-
that dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Exactly. So nothing is
Not
going.
that guy.
So nothing is going to be happening to me. I am good.
So we're safe if we're with you. That's what you're saying, because you will repel demons and ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to take them and I'm going to strangle them and maybe give them a little kiss on the cheek and then they are going to skedaddle off again. Trust me.
Jesus. Yo, I don't even know what's just happened. These last 7 minutes were a fever dream. But no, that's crazy.
That's terrifying, Squirrel, by the way.
I've had some crazy experiences. Definitely nothing on that level, though. I gotta say, I've never seen anything like fly off a door or no wild shit like that. The craziest shit that's happened to me is usually like in the when I'm dreaming. Like if I'm dreaming, there's crazy shit sometimes that'll happen, and it's shit going on that I'm like, okay, what the hell just was? What was that? Like I said, when I was younger, I had a lot of like sleep paralysis dreams or those dreams where like you wake up and you're like, and you wake up, but you're obviously living your life and then you like wake up again afterwards. I don't know if you ever
Lucid
like
dreams,
woke up
yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and then you do something and then you're like I would wake up and get ready for school, be on the bus for school, and then like my mom would be like, "Wake up!" and then I'd be in my bed again, and then I'd get up and do everything that I just did again. Like that's the weird shit that would be going on with me. But when I was younger, my scary personal story is when I was younger, I was in elementary school. I think I was in like first or second grade, maybe. But there was like we had a haunted story. We had like a scary, what's that called? Not folklore, but like basically, I can't think of the word for it. Shit, it's eluding me. But basically, in my school, there was a known scary story that went through every grade. There's basically
Myth?
not a myth. It's like, I guess a local legend. Is that what they're kind of called? You know what I mean? And there was basically the legend of the Smiley Face Tree. So there was this tree in my school. We had like these containers. I get they were low-key shipping containers, but not as big as shipping containers. And that's where like we held a lot of the like PE equipment and that kids would use and stuff like that. And there was like two right next to each other. So they were both like, they were like metal ones, obviously. So there's one right here, and then there's another one right here, and then there's like a little space in between them. And then behind those there's like a bunch of different trees. Like there was like 5 or 6 big trees like that were back there. One of those trees had a yellow smiley face painted onto it. And basically the legend went that you just don't, like, if anybody is there with you and you look at the smiley face tree, it's just a normal smiley face spray painted on a tree. But if you're back there by yourself and you go up to the tree and you do anything and you like interact with the smiley face in any way, if you like put your hand in it, it'll bite you, basically, is what they would say, is like the tree will bite you. So that was like the whole legend. So all the kids and stuff would always talk about it. And just as legends go, they just go down the rabbit hole. No one knows who started them. No one knows how they became that, but it just obviously goes down the through the generations, it gets passed down, basically. So since we knew that, none of like my grade basically was the grade that was like, bruh, we believe in that shit. We're never going back there. So it was like if a ball went back there, no one got the ball. If a basketball, like anything that went behind those containers, it was gone until the janitor went and got it because the smiley face tree was back there. You feel me? Like that was it. There was no do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like, bro, we weren't doing it. But one day, a kid was like, a new kid had like came to the school, and we were kind of trying to tell. A ball went back there. We were playing kickball, and someone kicked the ball, and it went back there. And then everyone was like, oh, damn, like I guess we got to wait until the janitor comes to go get the ball. And then the new kid who was basically had no survival instincts like Syranx, he was like, bro, what are you guys talking about? And we're like, yo, bro, there is the smiley face tree back there. And he was like, that's fucking stupid. Basically, I mean, we were in first grade or whatever grade it was. So he didn't say that's fucking stupid, but that was the notion, is like, you're dumb. Why do you believe that? Kids are stupid. Like, I'll just go get the ball. So he goes back there to get the ball. And then he comes back and he's like, see, I'm just fine. And then we're like, did you see the smiley face tree? And he was like, nah, I didn't even see a smiley face tree. And we're like, bruh, I don't know what to tell you. So he's like, look, I'll go back again and go to the smiley face tree and do this specific thing that you got to do or whatever. So he goes in there, and then we're all standing on the outside and we're just like looking and we're just kind of waiting. And then all we hear is, oh my God, oh my God. And he comes running back and he shows us his hand, and he's literally bleeding from his hand, and he has like splinters in his hand. And we're like, bruh, oh, hell nah. So all hell broke loose on the playground. Everybody started going crazy. People were like, yo, what, the teachers are calling us stupid because we're obviously losing it. Girls, like the little girls are crying. Like literally, like it was crazy because everyone believed in this smiley face tree to that extent. So they were like, yo, we're gonna paint over the smiley face tree or do whatever we got to do so this doesn't scare the kids anymore. Well, after like a week later, it was still there. Like I was the one that went there the next time, right? So like the ball went back there, and now I'm like, okay, bro, they painted over the smiley face tree. We know all of these things. They're telling us all this stuff. So I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna get the ball and see what's going on. Bruh. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been so terrified as a child in my life, bro. Like I was back there. I'm back there as a wee laddie, and I'm just looking. I'm looking for the ball, and as I'm like, when you go between it, like the smiley face tree is to the left, basically. The ball was all the way like over there behind. Like I would have to pass the smiley face tree 2 times to get the ball, basically. Walk past it and then walk back. So as I walk to get the ball, I'm walking backwards, so I keep my eyes on the tree the whole time. I'm like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm like, bruh, this is not about to grab me, or nothing like that, bro. Like, I'm not getting grabbed. So I'm walking backwards, and I'm like keeping my eyes on it. And again, they said that they painted over the tree, but it wasn't painted over when I look at it, right? I can still see it. Like it was a yellow smiley face painted on this tree, like regular eyes, and then the mouth was open. But literally where the mouth was opened at, it was almost like the person, whoever painted it, like painted over it perfectly, where some trees do have like holes in them, you know what I mean? Like you can go like they have like a, you know what I'm saying? It was like a smiley face though. It was literally shaped like a smiley face, and there was an inside to it. So as I'm looking at it, it looked literally like the thing was smiling more. Like it was like the grin was like getting more sinister, like the farther I went to get the ball. So I'm like, so now I'm all the way behind. I'm looking at the tree and I have the ball in my hands and I'm like looking at it. And then now it's like has this like crazy, creepy smile looking at me. And I'm like, bruh, okay. I'm like, all right. Do I just run or do I just tell somebody? Like, do I call for help? And I'm like, bro, no one's coming back here to help me because no one went and helped the other kid that came back here. Like, you know what I mean? So they're definitely not going to come back and help me. So I'm just looking at the tree. It's smiling. And I just walk as slow as I could towards the tree. And then like right when I got next to it, I took off running. And I swear it was like the tree went to grab me. What the fuck? What is that movie where the trees come to life and they're like grabbing at, that's not Alice in Wonderland, but it's like, no, it's Snow White. Is that Snow White? Where she goes into like the haunted forest, and then all of the trees like come to life, and they all start like snatching at her, and she's like, they're all like grabbing at her, and they're reaching for her. Terrifying. That's all I can see in my head. So that's what I went through. You feel me? That's what I went through. People, the teacher tried to tell me that no, it was just one of the, the branches are low, so you just felt the branch. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, that shit grabbed me, bro. Like that shit was trying to stop me. I know what the hell I mean, and I'm pretty sure to this day that legend is still going at that elementary school of the Smiley Face Tree, because that's it's just terrifying, bro. Here we go. Here we go.
So what, dude? I just want to know, would you go back, like, tomorrow or whatever, and go up
like
to
as
the
an
tree?
adult? Yeah, I would. I would burn some sage. I would bring some crystals with me.
Yes, I agree.
You feel me? But I would definitely go back.
Spray some holy water on it.
You feel me? The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Please, I want to see a TikTok of some random dude just filming Sensei by a tree, and all you see is Sensei standing there. The power of Christ compels you. And you just hear the TikTok. What the fuck is this guy doing with the tree?
Hey, man, the Smiley Face Tree was not a joke.
You watched the Smile movies, Sensei?
My God, I thought
no, he wouldn't watching from that.
Those movies are incredible. Like those Smile movies
did they not trigger a little bit of trauma from your childhood?
Oh no, yeah. It took me I didn't see the first movie in theaters. It took me a really long time to watch that movie. I literally had to like dip my toes into scary movies before I watched that movie, because I was like, bruh. I was like, bruh, and then like in my, like when I would have like crazy dreams, it would always be about certain people, and those people, they would have different faces when I would look at them. And every person that I ever had a dream about that looked like that, it always turned out there was definitely something like bad about that person. And that also came with that really creepy smile, and then they would have like the like abstract eyes, where like one eye would be like like this, like vertical, and then the other eye would be horizontal, but it would be like a black, like it would be a pure black eye and then a pure white eye, and then they would have that creepy ass smile like all the way up until here, and then and it would be like a grin, and then the grin would just grow and grow and grow on their face, and then literally every person I've ever had a dream that has looked like that, they have 100% not been a good person after the fact. It has not failed me. So
that's crazy.
You know what your story reminds me of a little bit? Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Happy Smile Killer went like on killing spree, and every time you would carve into a tree, like the happy face with a smile.
What?
Yeah. So like,
don't tell me that. I just got over this fear. Okay,
so,
don't
like,
bring it back.
Your story, when you were telling it, that reminded me of the serial killer. You would carve into a tree, like
you would carve happy faces into trees?
Yes,
you're saying fun
draw
fact
them
in
as well.
connection to a serial killer. That's not good, Syranx.
So
what?
Wow, that's pretty interesting. I did not know that, and I'm happy I didn't know that until right now. And so to answer your question earlier, Syranx, no, I would not go back to that tree again. So my answer has changed. My answer has changed significantly.
Sorry, probably again with that fact.
A little fun fact, because of the happy face killer that Squirrel just mentioned. The happy face killer in real life was the inspiration for the serial killer in the TV show The Mentalist, like Red John.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was I mean, the inspiration is a stupid sentence, but they...
Yeah. No, that's correct. He inspired that character. Yeah. It was based off of him, basically. That's crazy. The Mentalist was an awesome show.
Yeah.
It was the serious version
killers.
of Psych.
Yeah. You talked about dreams. Did you ever have reoccurring dreams, Sensei?
Yeah, I had reoccurring dreams, but in the sense of it would kind of be like the same, I guess, theme, but it would always be in different places. So like if I would stay the night at like my granny's house or something, I would be sleeping on the floor. Like I said, I would wake up, but I wouldn't be awake, and then I wouldn't be able to move but then I would be able to like, it was always crazy because it was like I fought my sleep paralysis so much that I would still be like moving, but nothing around me would actually get closer. It would actually get farther the more I tried to like crawl towards it. So I would be like on the floor, and then I'm on the floor and I'm like, okay, I can't move. And I would like be trying to call for someone to help me because I'm a child at the time, obviously. So I'm terrified. So then I would like I'd be on my back and then I'd flip over onto my stomach and then I'd literally like be crawling. But as I would crawl, it's like as if I was in a hallway and then my destination is right here and I'm right here. The closer that I would move towards it, the farther that it would get. And then it would like turn into like a wide angle lens, I guess is the best thing I could say, into like a panoramic view of everything around me. And then everything would just be stretched out, but I wouldn't be moving anywhere, but it felt like I was moving, but it also felt like I was just standing still. It was a crazy thing. And that is what was reoccurring for me for a lot of dreams up until I was like, maybe like 10 or 11. So like from when I remember having dreams to like 11 years old, that's when like that was like something that would be very reoccurring. And all of my dreams felt mad real every
I
single time.
used to have frequent reoccurring dreams, different ones actually as well. I still sometimes have reoccurring dreams, but most of the time I don't remember my dreams anymore because I don't sleep enough. But I used to have this reoccurring dream in the same house that I was talking about earlier. It was only then, when I lived there, for the few years that I lived there, this dream would come back every single time. And it was always me running away from a killer, finding a shelter, those like underground shelters, like you have these basement doors that open up and then you go in and then it's just like a bunker-ish shelter. And I was there alone and I locked the shelter and I heard the knocking. And the knocking disappeared and I came out and then randomly a house was where it wasn't, and then a tornado came and then I woke up at some point and it was that dream all the time, every single time, and I to this day don't know what that means.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
I have the same recurring dream for so many years now, up until today. And it's always the same thing. It's always when on my wedding day, basically. Like the day that I get married. Hold on. We do this whole procedure. There's a lot of people. Some people I do not even know who they are. They're just there and eating shit on my behalf, maybe. So, and it is every time it's the same. And the whole ceremony is over. Me and my new wife are going to the car to drive away, and for some reason, like, she's in front of me and I'm walking in the back talking to some people and following her, and she gets hit by a bus out of fucking nowhere. She gets hit by a bus and is dead immediately. The end of the dream is me running up to her, and then the dream ends, and then I wake up every single time. No idea.
That's a
your
wild
abandonment issues
reoccurring
talking,
dream to
man.
have.
That's your abandonment issues talking.
That's very true.
Every single time. So, ladies, whoever gets married to me, be fucking careful. There might be a bus around the corner.
Yeah, you have to watch out for the bus.
Yeah, don't just walk behind him, not in front of him.
No fucking way, then I'm getting killed. Fuck this.
Well, no, because in your dream, it's always the woman
Walk
getting killed.
side
so
by
if you walk
side.
in front, then she's not going to get killed.
That's very true.
Exactly. So stay behind me.
Yep. Because you know it's coming.
See?
She don't, you know?
See, I am the protector. I am the shield for everybody.
Shut the fuck up, Syranx.
I mean, how you're going to protect anyone when you're going to the wood to get killed first?
Dude, you know what the funny thing is?
I swear to God, if Syranx ever gets married, his wife is gonna get a call. Sorry to inform you, but your husband has been found dead in the woods.
Yeah.
No, that's okay because I have 3 legs. I can run as fast as I can.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Said I have 3 legs.
You ever had recurring dreams, Squirrel?
No, I don't have many recurring dreams. Sometimes I dream I'm in a horror movie, but it's never like the same dream. It's always like different scenarios, but Like, I usually know how they go, so, like, I'm always prepared, I guess. I don't go looking for the wolves like Syranx would.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I did not go looking for the wolves.
You have
Relax.
lucid dreams?
They just so
Yeah.
happen to be there.
Like, do you have lucid dreams? Like dreams where you are aware that it is a dream?
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the ones that I usually.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
as soon as I find out it's a dream, I wake up. That's how my mind works. It's like I'm not allowed to have control
That's how
of my
most
dreams.
No.
Like,
people's minds work.
Like,
you-
no,
like
I
once
stay
I'm in
asleep
there,
the whole time.
I'm like, oh shit, this is a dream, or I just don't have control over it. It's very weird. Like
You can
sometimes my
train
dreams
your
are more
brain.
so like I'm watching a video. It's like I'm playing a video game from a first person point
Yeah.
of view, but I'm not actually the one doing everything. But I'm also just there. It's really weird. I don't know. It's really weird.
You
My
can
dreams are
train your
wild.
brain to accept the fact when you know that it's a dream, so you don't wake up. But it's a very long process with how, like, all that stuff. But lucid dreams are somewhat scary and at the same time very fascinating to me because you don't really get control over the dream, but you know it's a dream, so you know it's not really happening. So you just
Yeah.
you can just let it go. And if you are if your brain is somewhat wired differently than most people's are, then you are able to change things in the dream because most people don't have the ability to lucid dream because what you said, as soon as people know that it is a dream in the dream, they wake up. Because that is
I either wake up or I have no control over it. Like that's something that's been my dreams lately. Like I went a good like 10 years without having a dream at all. Like it was pretty crazy cuz my dreams were only terrifyingly scary and then I stopped having dreams for a very long time. Like legit, like it was just scary dreams my entire life until I was like maybe 13, and then like once I became a teenager, like my dreams, like I didn't have dreams at all because I was living on my own at like 16, and like I had my own place and stuff like that, and like my dreams just didn't become dream. Like I just didn't dream. I just was asleep, and then I would go to sleep and then open my eyes and go to sleep and open my eyes. But only recently, like maybe like once my daughter was born, maybe, or either when my daughter was born or when my oldest son was born, like I started having some dreams every once in a while, but as of late, I have dreams very frequently, and I can vividly remember every aspect of my dream as well. Like, and that's how it's always been, is I can remember everything that
Nice.
happens in a dream. Like when I wake up, I'll be like, that was crazy. And then for the whole day, I can think about it. But it's unfortunate because it feels so real that it's nothing but a memory, like how other things are memories sometimes. I don't know if
I've
that
used
makes
to have that a
sense.
lot. That I had a dream, and when I knew it was a dream at some point, and then at some point I would wake up and it felt so real. Whatever happened felt so real, and I would just go on and like months later I would talk about what happened in the dream, but it never really happened. But I would talk about like it actually happened to me, and it's insane what the brain does with those things.
Yep.
Like in a spiritual, people believe that dreams are other versions of yourself
Yep.
that
That's how it feels
where
for me.
things happens. So
I hope that's not true.
if it happens that you remember the dream very well and over time it becomes just a memory, not really a dream that happened,
Yeah.
like it becomes a memory that happened to you, that is because you and the other you from that, whatever we want to call it,
Reality.
from that reality, um connected somewhat in the
Yeah.
minds and in the spiritual. That's why you feel it as a memory.
And that's, yeah, it definitely feels like dream walking more than dreaming for sure, because like I remember things that happened very vividly, and then life is always life, but it's always mad different. Like sometimes it'll be like a fucking apocalyptic world sometimes, where like
Yeah.
I'm fighting people, or I'm doing these different shit, and we're like looting houses so we can survive, or I'm just in Las Vegas, or I'm driving in a car with my family, or some crazy shit is going on. Like it's always some weird variation of life, and it's never like oh, I have a dream and there's a clown talking to a leprechaun and they're riding unicorns. Like, I don't fucking have dreams like that, you know? Like, every dream is just me in a different dimension living life. And
Fun
that shit is
fact,
wild.
every person you see in your dreams, even if you don't know them,
Mhm.
is a person you have seen with your own eyes when you're awake.
Yeah.
Even if it's a
Which is
stranger that
wild.
passed you on the street and his face can occur in your
I have
dreams.
seen a lot of ugly people. Jesus. Damn.
Yeah, your brain registers their faces. So whenever there's a person that you don't know in your dream, your brain registers whatever face it was that you met on the street at some point in your life.
What about, like, does your brain register anything else? Like, for example, if someone's in your dream and they're trying to kill you or trying to kill someone else, like, is it like, did your brain somehow get a fair representation of them, or is it just your brain just acting out?
Might be a mix between your intuition and your brain. Like the whole intuition thing. The whole intuition thing happens. Like it shows you, hey, be careful. That person could be bad, or that person is bad. Don't get too familiar with them. Don't surround yourself with them. Things like that. But your brain is the part that shows you, hey, look at this. I found this somewhere. So it's
Yeah.
like
Very true.
That's
a
just-
mix
Your
of
brain
both.
works heavily on the subconscious.
Yes,
Works heavy on the subconscious.
exactly.
Did I just hope the interdimensional connection between other versions of me in different life is not true? Because half of the shit that I'm dreaming, I can't even tell you guys on the podcast because we would get banned immediately. And dude, I can. Okay. I can say one thing. I can say one dream that I can remember very well. So I hope it's not true. So I was abducted by aliens. And they did the shit to me, you know, they did all of this.
Came inside you.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so mad, like I was raging so hard that I somehow get free. And no, I didn't kill any of these aliens. I started fucking them.
Oh my gosh. Of course
So-
you did.
I mean,
This is-
yeah, that sounds
No, that is definitely not me. So
no.
if we are connected somewhere, may God have mercy with you because you have been through some shit, brother. Like, that is crazy.
No, it is
Brother
a
said, "May
strong
God have
spiritual
mercy
belief
on
that your dreams, when you dream of yourself and things happening to you, it is other versions of you in other realities or other times, or maybe even in this reality, but in the past or future.
They explored that in Multiverse of Madness. Awesome. Amazing stuff. They did.
Yeah.
They did. It's like the core concept of the movie is
Yeah.
dreamwalking.
I hope it's not the future. I hope it's not the future because I'm fucked.
Imagine Syranx being abducted by aliens.
That's crazy. Bro said, you probe me, I probe you. Yo, that's diabolical. That is
Crazy.
diabolical.
That is
All right. Well, those are some of our scary stories and spooky things that have occurred to us. Like I said, let us know in the comments, you guys, if you guys have any scary or spooky stories that you have that have been happening to you, or crazy dreams that you remember, or anything like that. We definitely want to hear about it. So let us know in the commentos, okay? If you haven't
Also-
already as well, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on whatever you're watching on, don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to drop a review, don't forget to do all of those different things because it helps out. It helps us out tremendously. The YouTube gods, they need a sacrifice for the algorithm, so make sure you drop a like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, drop a notification, and if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, make sure that you are adding us to your, I don't even know what it is. It's like, I think you got to write a review or give us 5 stars or whatever the hell that is, you know. So check it out. What would you be saying? Kat?
Let us know if you believe in the paranormal or not. That would be interesting to know as well.
Facts. Do you believe in paranormal activity? And we ain't talking about the movie. Okay. Before the next segment of what we have here, Kat has got us a couple of stories from this. I think this is a Reddit post. It's what is your scariest true paranormal story? This is from the Ask Men Reddit thread. Let's see. There's a couple here. This first one right here says, I'm not superstitious at all. That being said, this happened about 10 years ago with my girlfriend at the time. It was like 2 or 3 days before Halloween, and we were watching Ouija board stuff on YouTube. All of a sudden, we hear a loud scraping noise against the wall. I look up and put my arm up just in time to catch a tall floor lamp and stop it from hitting us in the head. The window was open, so we thought maybe the wind blew it down, but it was barely a gentle breeze. I set it back on its base and tried pushing it over on my own, but it took a purposeful amount of effort to tilt it. Of the many times I had been over her place before and after that, nothing like that had ever happened. So that's the first one right there. Just that's pretty wild.
First of all, bro has the best intuition ever with catching that thing. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been rusty nails. You know, like that rusty things. Like at some
Rusty
point.
nails. What type of lamps do you have?
No, motherfucker, let me speak, bro. I didn't mean nails. I mean, you know, fucking screws. Sometimes whatever holds it up there is going to not hold shit anymore. Maybe the ceiling is getting weak. Was this in an American household or was this in a European household?
You know,
does that make a difference?
I have no idea.
Still, the
Yeah, I don't
person
think it
even
does.
said they put it back on and tried to debunk it, and it took an immense...
A purposeful amount
Yep.
of strength to push it over. That means it wasn't just like a little puka. No. It's like you have to actually give it a little oomph for it to fall.
Yeah, so the solution to this would be they have either smoked a purposeful amount.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, you know.
Smoked a purposeful amount is funny. I like that. But no, I mean that's pretty wild. This is wild. Like I said, I was gonna say, me personally, I don't think I've ever had. No, I'm lying. Some weird stuff has happened, but I've never seen like anything like fly across the room per se. Some things have fell, but I always try to chalk it up to something made that thing fall. In that sense, because I'm not about to be like, oh yeah, bro, like hell yeah, there's some spooky shit going on.
Yeah,
I think when you acknowledge the spooky shit, it allows spooky shit to continue a lot. So if you kind of denounce,
and even like sometimes
said spooky
it's
shit,
not even like, most of the time it's just realistic stuff that happens. We can't just go chalking things up to the supernatural all the time.
All the time.
I mean, yes, it happens, but it's not like systematic. Otherwise, like everything would be supernatural.
That's very true. That's a good point.
I had it happen. I have this. I have multiple hardcover books. They were in the shelf before. Now I have them in a different shelf that it has like doors and it close. But this one, it's hardcover books, so they stand up pretty well on their own. And when I bought it, it was in perfect condition. It was like the hardcover was hard enough to stand up on its own and all that. And just this one book fell off the shelf on the top shelf, like the top shelf. No cat, no dog around. Multiple times, this book stood in the back of the shelf, and it just flew off, and it would be lying behind me on the floor. Multiple times, just this one book, and I'm like,
the same
why
one
do you
every
not like
time?
this book? This book is good. Why do you not like it?
Wait, it was the same book all the time?
Yeah, it was the same book all the time.
my
Like
God.
3 or 4 times, which is why I put them in the one with the doors now, so it just doesn't fly away. I'm like, you bad ghost. The book is good. Leave it alone. And now the book is not standing up on its own anymore. It is not strong enough on the one side anymore from the hardcover because it fell so many times. Like it flew so many times.
So did you read this book already? Or is it
No, but I've heard a lot about it.
Okay, so the book basically was trying to tell you, either you read me or I'm gonna kill myself. That's what happened.
It's like, read it! Read it!
Yes.
Take it!
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, I sometimes believe that I have a little house spirit that is like trying to tell me things. And that was the first time I ever answered it. I was like, why do you not like this book? What is wrong with this book? Why? So yeah.
That's funny. Okay, let's see. The next story we have is I've always been very skeptical about ghosts. Putting bumps and bangs down to the floor or house movement type things. Sounds familiar. When my youngest was a newborn, able to roll over, but not much more than that, I swaddled her and put her in her cot. Her feet were at the bottom of the cot, and she was on her back, all wrapped up like a cute caterpillar. Went up to check on her about half an hour later, and she had turned 180 degrees, not rolled over, but her head was at the bottom of her cot and her feet were pointing towards the other end. She hadn't made a sound over the baby monitor, nor had we heard anything else. I couldn't explain it then, and I can't explain it now. The only explanation is that I must have put her in her cot that way around, and except I didn't, as we heard all the advice about preventing cot death and stuff, so it was something I made a point to do. It freaked me out, though I still denied the house was haunted.
That's creepy.
I have that's not something that can be chalked up to anything other than maybe parent fatigue and literally not remembering putting the baby in that way.
Yeah,
But
might be a case.
purposely being like, yo, I make a point of not do that, and we were listening to the baby monitor and we heard nothing. Like, I don't know, that's pretty terrifying.
Also, if the baby itself would have turned itself around,
Look at Syranx.
it
He's just
would've
waiting to
looked
be
different.
like, "Bah!"
Like the cot would have looked different if it turned around by
Yeah.
itself. It would not be as
Yeah.
it was just the other way around. So it's like that's
And then
kind of
hearing
creepy.
nothing over the baby monitor, like you would definitely hear a baby shifting around and doing all of that.
Mhm.
Like, and it wouldn't be still swaddled, because swaddling a baby, take it from someone who is like a top tier baby swaddler, because I have children, right? Like, when you swaddle them, if they are getting out of that, you're gonna hear some movement. You're gonna hear some, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if they're in there nice and cozy, bro, like they're not getting out of that without a little bit of. Go ahead, Syranx. Try to poke a hole in this one, my guy. Go ahead.
He's thinking.
Bro cocked his head all the way over here to be like, what?
He's
Like, I
really
seen it
trying to
earlier,
find
bro. He was
something.
Yeah.
Has it never happened to you that you guys did something and then you just said, I did this thing, 100% I did this, but you just didn't? So you
That
tried
happened
so you
to me.
tried
I
to
understand what you're
gaslight
saying.
yourself effectively that you did
Yes.
something that you didn't do.
Yes.
That's my
I
explanation.
get that point, but with them saying, hey, I would not have done that because I'd been like making a point to not do that to prevent that.
Other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, you know, those things can happen. There's multiple stories about people fucking up with kids and whatever because they forgot one minor thing when they were sure about that they did this and it ends in disaster. So, you know, this is my logical explanation. And there is fatigue, especially with babies. I mean, I
Yeah,
do
that's
not know
true.
anything about this because I do not have children yet. So at some point, there's going to be running around a mini Syranx in like 30 years or whatever when I'm 60. That is crazy. Oh my God, that is crazy. Okay, cool. We can.
What in the world? I have no idea what happened just now. Okay, yeah, that one's pretty wild. That one's pretty wild. Okay, the next one we have here is a little long. Okay, here we go. This is probably the closest I've experienced to something remotely paranormal that I can't explain. My first and only time visiting Japan, I stopped at a busy sake bar in the early evening. The place was bustling with activity, mostly Japanese with a healthy mix of foreigners. I ordered a drink after sitting at the bar, and as I waited for it, I noticed a petite, by Japanese standards even, woman on the other side seated chatting with her friends. Something seemed very familiar about her, but I couldn't place how or where since I had never visited Japan before and had no friends of Japanese descent. I figured she probably resembled someone famous from Japan who was on TV and left it at that. I got settled with my drink and began befriending a mixed group of expats and Japanese next to me, and we got on well. About 20 minutes into it, one of the Aussies leaned in, pointed across the bar, and said, that's at least a minute now she's been staring this way, mate. I looked back across the bar, and the same woman was now leaning forward at the bar, peering directly at me. She tilted her head when I looked back, and one of her friends jostled her arm to get her attention, but she kept staring. Then she slid out of her stool and started making her way around the crowd to our side of the bar. I exchanged a glance with the Aussie and noticed that the bartender at this time was paying attention to what was happening, and a few other people from Aussie's group started watching after he mentioned it to them. The woman finally made her way through the crowd, stopped short a few steps from me, and her mouth dropped into the most bewildered expression before she uttered, basically Japanese for, what the fuck? I asked in English if she was okay, and then she grabbed my forearm and stared at me before murmuring frantically in Japanese. At this point, the entire group I'd befriended was just watching in confusion, not sure if she was pulling a prank, just drunk, or both. Two of her friends eventually found their way to her and apologized to me profusely in English before pulling her away to the other side of the bar. There was a noticeable lull in conversation from our group before Ozzy finally went, whew, and everyone laughed and went back to their drinks and chatter. We saw that the woman and her friends had already left, and Ozzy then asked what was going on. I told him I'd never been to Japan or had Japanese friends, but that she seemed extremely familiar when I noticed her, and that I had no idea what made her flip out. Ozzy turns to our bartender who was near us. Oi genki desu ka? Watashi wa genki dusu. Good, good. That little girl who just left with her friends, you know her? Her friends, some, yes, but not her before. I think she only have one drink tonight. He thumbs over at me and says, any idea why she'd come at my friend here like that? Bartender raises her brows and looks me over for a moment before shaking her head and shrugging. No, but she just kept saying, this can't be real. This is fake. You can't be here. And I know you. I saw you in my dreams. Do you remember me? When I was dreaming, you were there. I know you. Chills right up my spine. I cut my tab a few minutes later and said bye to the group before heading back to my hotel. I didn't fall asleep easy, but the rest of the trip was smooth and went fine. I never saw her after that night. Until this day, I have no explanation for what happened.
Those two missed the opportunity of a lifetime.
Man,
Yeah.
legitimately,
Yeah,
language barrier stopped the opportunity of a lifetime for them.
Yes.
100%. Because that was the thing I talked about earlier. That was a connection they had through the dream, through the whole lifetime and parallel universes and stuff. That's why they know each other from the dreams, with it going on that they could have a possible future together. That's what happens if you have this kind of, if you know people through your dream and you meet them at some point in your life. They could be supposed to be in your life if you take the chance. So that is a missed opportunity, but that is crazy. That is insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yes.
that is crazy. But that was an
Go
opportunity
ahead,
of a
Syranx.
lifetime.
What's your explanation for that one, Cyrizzle? Go ahead and
Drugs.
can you debunk that one?
It's always drugs for him. It's always drugs for him.
Drugs, plain and simple.
Dude, no.
That is
if you
wild,
tell me,
though.
no, if the bartender tells me she doesn't know this woman and she had one drink and acting fucking crazy, what are the chances that the drink was laced? Almost.
But I mean, what are the chances that you also look at this woman and you feel like she's familiar to you, and then she comes up to you and says, yo, I know you, you're in my dream, while you're constantly trying to figure out who this person is, and then that's not very explainable, right? I feel like if it was just, hey, she had a drink and then she came over here and said this crazy shit, that would be one thing. But for him to have this sense of, wow, I feel like I've met this person before, I feel like I know this person before, and then she clearly has that same feeling. I mean, Wouldn't
I was-
you know what I mean?
This was really not what I expected from the story. I was expecting the person to be a ghost, and like maybe she was in his
Yeah.
dream,
Yeah,
I was
and
about
like
to
that's how she
say.
knew him. And like when people were actually seeing her, I was like, oh, okay, so she's not a ghost, like because that would have actually explained how he knew
Exactly.
her, and like she was recognizing him and
Kitty.
following him. Like that would have made
But she
sense.
was like a real person with
Yeah.
friends and
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
that's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is wild.
That is.
That one is definitely wild. I wasn't ready for that one either. I thought it was gonna be like a ghost or something too, but it was like, nah,
No.
bro. Misconnections from the
Yeah,
dream
like,
realm. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You should have gone back to the bar and see if she was there, and like try to make
Like,
like a
because-
second go at it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have also tried to talk to her more about this because
Like have a friend.
why
Like
did
her friend spoke
why
English.
Yeah.
exactly why did her friends take her away immediately? Like,
I mean,
was
yeah,
this
I
something
get
They
that
probably thought
because
she
it
was
kind of looks
crazy.
like
Yeah.
she's crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
She probably never
Like,
told
what do you
him
mean you met
about
this
it.
dude in your dream? What the hell? We gotta get
Yeah,
girl,
but she
come on.
wasn't
We gotta
drunk.
take this. We gotta take her home. She's drunk. Nah,
Like
that's
she
what they
had
probably were
one
thinking.
drink, so she wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
She wasn't high. She, she just saw
I
him
mean,
and
you don't
something
know that.
happened. Like,
He said, "We never know. She
Yeah.
could have been on LSD."
But-
look at Syranx. He's like, "Oh, man."
yeah, but
Hey,
the
you
rules
never
in
know.
Japan for drugs are not the same. Like, it's serious. Like, it's
Yeah,
not as
they're very
easy to
serious
get
there.
like drugs than it is like for pot or like here in Canada, States. So it's like it
Japan is
probably
very
would have
strict,
been
even with alcohol.
Yeah. So
That's wild. That one is wild. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. That's wild. I've never experienced anything
no,
like that.
me
I've
neither.
never met someone in my dreams before meeting them in real
No.
life or anything. That's crazy. That's
really.
crazy, yo. But for Remy, my wife, she for her, if she has a dream and she sees someone's face in the dream, whatever happens in that dream usually will come to fruition in one way or another. But if she doesn't see the person's face, then it won't really happen. And we haven't really went down into the rabbit hole of what that means just yet, but that is what
That's
that's
insane.
the closest to something like that goes down and that's happened it's happened a couple of times. So yeah, and it's the same for her mom as well. Her mom has that same thing to where if she has a dream about something and she sees the people's faces in the dream and like sees everyone's face whenever the thing is happening, whatever that thing is, it will most likely come to fruition.
Very
So,
insane
that shit is
because
crazy.
in Nico's family, there's something similar. Every single time someone in that family had a dream of someone's teeth falling out, someone they know died a bit after that.
Wow.
Every single time.
Wow.
Every
That's
single
spooky.
time. It's insane.
That's creepy as hell.
When he told me about this, I was
That is
like,
creepy.
whoa.
You
and he
hope
gave
you're
me
not gonna be
examples
in the
of
dream.
people that died after someone in his family had that dream.
And you really hope you're not going to be in the dreams because then you're going to die. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
No, it's never
Exactly.
it's never the person that the teeth falling out that died. It's just someone's teeth fell out in the dream and then someone they knew died.
Interesting. That's mad interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like a family curse more than anything. Like, am I not right? Hello?
That is, I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
right a little bit. You're a little right. Definitely seems like it could be something like that. All right, let's go for our final story here. In this one here. The murderer in my attic. What in the world?
Okay, that's not
Um,
going
what
to
did
That's
you
end
start
well.
us
interesting
off?
now. That is interesting.
Yeah, this is a crazy one. Let's see. Let me start this off by saying I will be using alias names for the people in my life for their privacy. So don't go looking this up expecting news stories with these names. So, at the time, I was very young, around the age of 8 or 9. My sister was 7 years older than me, so she was either 15 or 16. We were both at home that day since it was the weekend. Our non-biological mother, let's call her Lynn, was outside, seemingly waiting for someone. Me and my sister, Jocelyn, were nosy and were just eavesdropping and spying. As we were eavesdropping, we quickly realized we couldn't make out everything they were saying. This was mainly because one of our dogs at the time was barking and growling. We gave up trying to listen in and switched to looking out the window. We still couldn't see whoever she was talking to, but judging from his voice, it was a man. But what we could see was our dog, Sassy, who was a pit bull and had a terrifying bark when she needed to. Not only was she barking and growling, she was legitimately tearing at the fence with her teeth, which was something she never did. Her nickname was literally Mama Bear because of how sweet she was to everyone and everything. So, seeing her like this was shocking to say the least. But something I've always lived by was if my dogs don't like you, then I don't either, especially when my dogs are the sweetest babies to ever live. After a while, the man got into his janky car and clanked down our driveway as he left. Lynn came back inside and was noticeably shaken, but being so little, I just kind of brushed it off because the man left and we all saw him leave, or so we thought. I should also tell you that I was not aware of this last part I'm about to tell you until a couple years ago. Later that night, everyone was in bed and sleeping except Lynn. She woke up to a loud thump in the attic, the entrance being in their closet. Let me explain the entrance to the attic since it's a key detail. It's one of those entrances where you have to place your hands on the square piece, lift it, and then push it to the side. So Lynn tiptoes into their closet and flicks the light switch on. She looks up and sees that the attic is open. The little square piece of ceiling had been moved. She went back into their room and called the police. I honestly have no memory of the police showing up that night since I don't think I even woke up to check on the commotion. But it was later discovered that this man was responsible for the deaths of his cousin and his cousin's fiance. Lynn showed me a screenshot not too long ago of a text message from this man who was apparently a family friend at the time, which read, "Shame, I was going to tell you about the bodies in the snow." And yes, before you ask, their lives were taken in the winter of that year. I know that he was sentenced to life in prison, but besides that, I didn't really keep up with his court stuff that much being so young. But I randomly remembered this the other day and thought to share it on here. I never saw him in person, even though he was a family friend, and I hope we never do. I have a plethora of creepy and off-putting stories like this that have happened in my life. This is just one that stuck out to me today, but if you want to hear more, I'd be happy to tell some.
That's terrifying.
Yes,
see,
very
this-
much.
That is terrifying for me because there is
terrifying.
nothing paranormal, no ghosts, no
That is
yokais, no
terrifying.
invisible smoke monsters. It's just humans doing bad things and could have done even more bad things if they weren't be
That
discovered.
is
But
terrifying.
I love the dog because whatever
Yeah.
happens, I always can count on the dog to sniff out the motherfuckers that are doing bad things immediately.
Yeah, dogs know things.
Yeah.
The dogs smell, they know. If you're a good person, they like you. If you're not, they'll smell it.
Mm.
For real. That's terrifying, yo. All of those type of stories, whenever there's someone in an addict or anything like that, are always so scary to me, bro. Like
It's
that is
creepy
the
as
creepiest shit
hell.
ever.
Like
To
those
have someone just
stories where
living
people
in
live
your
in
attic.
the walls.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
in the
Like, and
attic
then
or in
just
the
coming
cellar.
out and
Stories.
eating your food at night.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Or like in the cellar
that.
too. It's equally as scary, I think. It's just different.
Yeah.
But like
Yes.
both, it's creepy.
Just people living in your house without your understanding and then them coming out and shit. Like, there's so many stories that I've heard like that where it's like,
Yes, and
yeah, bro, fuck
I've recently
that.
watched
No.
a true crime where it was talked about a man living in the walls of the house of someone. He like I think it was some neighbor's like young adult man who like was in a relationship with the like older teenager girl that was about to be an adult, but whatever. But she cut him off because he gave weird vibes at some points, and he just started stalking and then started living in their walls and murdered her at some point. and he got caught in the walls. And it's just so insane to me. Why can you even
Yeah.
live in the walls? What is the houses that you have? And that, like,
For
why?
real. That's insane.
All stories are
That's
the
just-
exact reason why humanity invented clocks, especially Austria, if I think about it. Dude, listen to me. If
Bro said
I
this
would
is
be,
exactly why they invented Glocks. That's crazy.
dude, if I would be in the possession of a Glock and I hear shit moving inside of my wall, I'm not even asking questions. I'm shooting everything that I have into the walls, and then
And then it's just a little mouse. And then it's just a mouse, and you just
I don't
destroy
give a
the whole
fuck.
house.
It's dead. Whatever it is, it's dead.
Yeah,
It's not moving anywhere.
No, but things like that are creepy. People are creepy. Like, terrifying.
Yeah, that's terrifying, yo. Any real things are a lot more. I think real stuff in like anything like that is a little bit more creepy because there's something tangible attached to it, right?
Yes.
There's something that we can directly see. We know that people are terrifying or creepy or are just weird and all of that. Like there's no stop to what people will do in the day-to-day lives. Just
Exactly.
knowing that shit like that is happening to people is definitely terrifying.
Yeah. Like, the
Like, yeah.
paranormal is scary, especially when it comes to the stories of possession and shit. But, like, knowing there's people who are probably, like, a lot of people, like, serial killers and shit, were not possessed. And they were not possessed. They were just genuinely bad people. And knowing that people can be this way is so
Yes.
scary.
It's scarier than the paranormal stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Like, possessions and
that
shit,
is
that
like-
is terrifying.
That is why
Yeah.
I do not like people. at
People
all.
being
Like,
like that,
I-
being so genuinely evil.
Yeah.
Without like any
No way.
outside interference, that's worse.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Just knowing
So-
a human being without anything else is just that way
Yeah.
is terrifying.
So moral of the story is, friends, don't trust anybody and fucking shoot everything that moves.
Yeah.
No,
That is
don't do
not
that.
the moral
Just
of the
trust
story.
animals.
Do that.
Just trust animals, then you're
Woof.
good. I guess. Like the
I'm
Yeah,
joking,
literally.
I'm joking. Don't
Trust-
shoot everything that moves.
Trust
Except
your
the wolves,
intuition.
right?
That is an important thing.
No, don't
If
shoot
you
wolves.
feel
Wolves are
like
awesome.
that person is not a good person, don't ignore that. Trust your
Yeah.
intuition.
And if you
Yes,
feel like
though.
that Syranx is awesome, you're always right. I'm just saying. I just want to put it out there.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
Before Syrinx gets too delusional, let's move on
Yep.
again.
I'm just not. You're just.
Did
See?
you wake up and take the Lulu pill today? It feels like
No, but
that.
you guys did. You guys didn't catch up until now. It's gonna hit you in the future somewhere when you connect with me, probably somewhere. You feel how awesome I am.
I've
You know what
met
I'm
you
saying?
in real life multiple times.
I mean, but you're
Yes, and
still
you know
friends
Like
with
she said,
him.
I must
You
say,
know.
I've
I mean, you
You
still
know
saw him
exactly how
multiple
awesome I am.
times,
You
I
just
guess,
do
and you're
not wanna
talking.
accept
So
it.
he has a point, maybe.
Yeah, but
Like,
he
you know,
sometimes goes a little too far. It's like,
she said, it's like a hurt puppy. You know what I mean? You gotta.
When the fuck do I go too far? I'm never going too far.
Yeah, you hear that silence from everyone?
I know,
that should
I
speak
don't know
loud.
him enough.
That should
Like,
speak
I
back.
can't say I've never
Nah, it's
seen
okay,
him go
Squirrel.
too far, but so far, but I don't know. Like I haven't talked to him as much as
Stick
you.
yeah.
around.
Come to one community night. I
Okay.
promise you.
Okay. This is a violation of our community nights rules. One of the community nights rules is what happens in a community night stays in a community night. So
That
this
has
we
never
never
been
made
said
that rule.
ever.
We
It is
never
when I
made
say
that
it is.
rule.
See,
Wait.
anyone that says that is automatically sus. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like anyone that uses that type of what happens here stays
It's
here.
like, what
Anyone that
happens in
says that, it's
Vegas-
automatically a red
Like,
flag.
what happens in Vegas stays in
Exactly.
Vegas, right?
I
Is it-
am joking. My God.
It's all for comedy now, huh? Yeah, it's all comedy.
Obviously.
Jokes. I don't know. Hey, do you guys want to do one more story, or you think we're good there? What are you feeling? How do you feel?
I think we're good because we are at 1 hour and 28
Okay.
minutes now, you know?
All right, for sure. Yo, that was views. That was W vibes. I like that a lot. What a good episode today. I appreciate having everybody here and being able to tune in. We told all of our scary stories and all of our spooky stuff and got to let you in on some of the paranormal activities that has happened to us. So please let us know some of the paranormal activities that have happened to you. Do you believe in the paranormal? Do you not believe in it? Do you think Syranx is full of shit? Let us know in the comment section down below.
Dude,
because we
I'm
always
not,
want to
okay?
know.
You know what? I'm starting to feel really bad for Syranx because, like, he's always like the butt.
See,
No, no,
see,
no, Squirrel.
thank
No,
you, thank
no,
you,
okay.
you know?
Squirrel,
See,
you don't hang around with him
Look at him.
enough.
Look at
Maybe
look
not,
at how he
because
just
trust
fed
me,
off of that energy,
you
Squirrel.
hang
Did
around
you
him,
see
yeah,
that
but
shit? Did you see the way he was like, yeah, unlimited
you're
power. Did you
exaggerating.
see?
Dude, you're exaggerating so much.
Let me people from the rivals team at the start, some of them were like, nah, I feel bad for him. We keep bullying him. And now they just are like, you know what? He deserves it.
Okay.
It makes
Okay.
sense. It is justified.
Yeah.
Just you know what? We just stick around a
Okay.
little while longer.
I think I
yo.
need to do more episodes with you guys to see how he
Yes.
is, because so far
Yes.
so good. I don't think the bullying is
They are
justified so
exaggerating
far,
so
but
much.
we'll see.
Hey, but we also don't know what your threshold is, Squirrel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We
true.
might be finding something out about you.
Maybe you'll end up bullying me too.
Nah, that's
Who
just
knows?
a Syranx thing. No. That's just a Syranx
No,
thing.
that's only Syranx,
Yep.
yo. And who?
Okay, so other people
Sometimes-
are not getting bullied, it's just me. So it's just me. And then you guys wonder why I bully everybody then when I have the chance to speak
but that's
for once.
that's the point right there, right? Is you bully everyone enough, right? So you have to get bullied as well, or else no one would bully you because you bully
Dude,
everyone.
Listen,
Dude, I'm
listen,
always
Syranx.
so nice.
Who
I'm always so
put
nice to all
his
of you.
I think it's a subscription sound or follow sound with my voice being angry, making sounds of Valorant util. Who did that?
I did it, and I
Wait.
asked you multiple times if that's okay.
Wait. I need to hear more of that. What do you do?
His follow sound on Twitch is me making noises, like me imitating noises of Teho util from Valorant, like pre-nerf. And because it was so loud, and I was complaining about not being able to hear any footsteps because the util was so loud. And I just made the util noises, and he clipped that and used it as his follow sound.
That's awesome, actually.
I got permission to do it. I just want
Yeah,
to say I didn't
did.
just do it. I asked for permission. You know?
But still, you know,
We ask
You could have
permission to
clipped-
bully
okay,
you all
listen.
the time.
Listen.
Schlecht
You could
liegt,
have
yeah,
clipped
I know.
me.
multiple
Say,
times.
you could have clipped me multiple. Fuck you. Just fuck off.
Very much enjoying this. I'm sorry.
You could have.
See?
This is funny.
See,
I'm sorry.
this is where it all went downhill. 5 minutes ago, she was saying, I feel bad.
No,
and
I
now
feel
she's
bad.
saying, yo, I'm enjoying bullying
No,
this
it's not the bullying
motherfucker.
that I'm saying
Because
it's funny. I'm saying the interaction is funny
understands.
between the two of you.
Yeah, our dynamic is unmatched.
Yes, I agree.
We're like
And the-
this, but we also
And
are like
Sensei's
this.
just like laughing his ass off, and he's just like,
I instigate everything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's only love between us, but you know the love
But
shows in bullying.
I really need to listen
Exactly.
to that noise. Then I'm gonna go to Syranx's channel and check it out because I really need to listen to
Yes.
that.
You need to listen to that. It's
Yeah.
funny.
That's
I'm going to be live
hilarious.
tomorrow
You
at
should see the
6
clip of
p.m.
it. That is
6
even funny.
a.m.
Okay, so I will check it out.
But hey, yeah, and you guys can also check out Syranx's stream and everyone else's streams and links and stuff in the description box down below. We're gonna have it all right there. I'll probably have a pinned comment or something here on YouTube to ask you guys some type of question that you can interact with. But yeah, yo, that is it for this spooky episode of Push to Talk. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while as we, traded our scary stories and all that good stuff. If you enjoyed this episode, definitely follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and make sure you join the VaiN Discord to share your own stories that we might feature on the next episode, and just to join all the good community vibes that we have. Since it is spooky season, we're focusing on a lot of spooky stuff. We've been playing Goose Goose Duck and all these other things, and the little back rooms apprehension. That's also a spooky game, and just come vibe with us, yo. This week we have awesome stuff happening. This episode is going to be coming out on a Wednesday, and the day after that, there's going to be a montage for the Valorant team going up as well. So
The Valorant
make sure you guys
team?
check all. Sorry,
The Rivals team.
yeah, you guys were just talking about Valorant, and that just stuck in my head. But for the Marvel Rivals team, the Marvel Rivals team is going to have their montage go out on Thursday, so make sure you check that out. And some other stuff is going to be happening. So we appreciate you for tuning in to this episode of Push to Talk. Thank you to all my amazing guests here as well on this episode of Push to Talk, and we will see you on the next one. V's up and out.